Saturday, September the 16th, 2017, to you. Every now and then, I write obituaries in this diary. This is something I do whenever an important figure passes away. Nevertheless, this obituary is not about a human being, but a machine. Today, I'm going to farewell NASA's Cassini spacecraft, which plunged into Saturn's atmosphere yesterday at 11 hours 55 minutes UTC. Cassini's importance must not be underestimated. That spacecraft provided us valuable information about Saturn and its rings. These discoveries included seasonal changes on the planet and a hexagon-shaped pattern on its north pole. But far more fascinating, it was the data collected from Saturn's satellites. Indeed, Cassini found out that Titan resembles to a primordial Earth. Also, that spacecraft discovered a global ocean on Enceladus. Scientists believe that Saturn's moons have the potential for indigenous microbial life, so NASA decided to crash Cassini into Saturn lest it could collide with and contaminate those moons. Ultimately, Cassini transmitted unprecedented data from Saturn's atmosphere's upper fringe, about 1,190 miles above Saturn's cloud tops, before entering into the crushing atmosphere at about 70,000 miles per hour. Overall, Cassini produced 450,000 images and 635 gigabytes of data. Perhaps that is not a big amount nowadays, but such a size of information was quite impressive back in October 1997 when Cassini was launched. To put things into perspective, it was the equivalent of the amount of data contained in 880 desktop computers. NASA was different then as well. Back in 1997, NASA's budget represented 0.90% of the total US federal budget. 20 years later, NASA's budget represents only 0.47% of the total US federal budget, and all times lowest. Cassini's discoveries are, by themselves, powerful incentives to plan future explorations to Saturn and its moons. Given the present context, such missions will have to be executed by public-private alliances. Should private companies enter into projects of that kind? Yes, absolutely. Firms ought to ask themselves, can't we send a spacecraft to Saturn? That "can't we" part is the key in this adventure. As many could have figured out, the joy is in the voyage. Farewell, Cassini. You really put a ring on it. The world is still on.